Good morning. Welcome to our first class of our historical weapons program for March. We are deep into our Tai Chi Saber set. This week we're going to focus a lot on picking up the sort of 180-degree spinning horizontal cut that leads us into our final pass of the set. So we're working towards the ends of our set now. Let's get ourselves warmed up a little bit. So we'll go head rising and falling. And looking from side to side. And we'll go ear to one shoulder and hang. And to the other. Again, to the first side. And the second. Let the head roll. Some gentle half circles. Good. And shoulders can go back. And shoulders can go forward. Arms can circle backwards. And arms will circle forwards. And we'll reach and hang to one side and the other. And then we can let those arms go nice and loose and wrap around the body a little. And then we'll stretch one shoulder across in the front. And the other. And then over the head and pull. And same on the other side. And then behind the back to pull. And same on the other arm. Good. Oh, let's take a warm up here for the shoulders, palms face up. Palms face up all the way around. Good. And circling the wrists one way. And circling the wrists the other way. Shake it all out. We'll warm up the hips a little bit around one way. And around the other. One more time, the first way. And a second. Okay, let's pick up our weapons and work on our strengthening and cut refinement section of the workout. So we'll start out with our downwards diagonals. As usual, we're trying to now, as you're starting to get the hang of it, one of the things you really have to watch out for the diagonals is you're not doing what I call sweeping the floor, where you're kind of just in front of the body as you're doing those kind of diagonal things. We really do want to think of reaching and cutting through. So let's get my chair out of the way before I cut it. So we're going to go downwards diagonals. One, think of weight transfers. The sword does not lead the cut, the body and the weight transfers do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll go to the non-dominant arm, changeless feet, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll go to the rising diagonal, so changing hands, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, non-dominant arm, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. To our dominant arm on our horizontals, you can get low, mid, high, and low. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get that feeling of bracing and pushing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll change the non-dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Our same side verticals. And let's do those as chops today. So we're going to go chop and return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go to the non-dominant side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's work a little bit on thrust today. And one of the ones that we're getting here near the end of the set is this rising up from underneath. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We can do the same on the other side. So we're coming up and underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's steal a page from the Mahjong Lawhorn Pi system. They've got a great sword warm-up that gets us working on our roofs from one side and the other, as well as our drapes across the back. So we're deflecting and getting that nice roll from side to side. So this one starts out with the feet a little wider than shoulder width, and we're going to go around the back. We're going to make a horizontal. We're going to come back on the horizontal. We're going to wrap around and press out. And we're seeing all this in the set too. So roof, horizontal, horizontal, roof, vertical, down on top. 1, 2, and around, over, back, around, vertical. One more time. 1, 2, 3. We better do another one. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Let's try this on the other arm. So around, horizontal, good, horizontal, over the shoulder, and press. 1, cut, 2, cut, 3, over, and out, 1. Oh, I can tell I don't do this one on this side very much. 2, and 3. Good. Around, horizontal 1. Horizontal 2 wraps around the body. And vertical. One more time. Round. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay. Last piece of our warm-up this morning. Let's do some wrist work. And let's think about using our low walls. So we're going to go with the back of the spine of the sword to deflect on one side and then to deflect on the other. One side, other side. Deflect, deflect. So imagine something coming in. You knock it away. 1 and 2. Deflect. 1, 2, 1, 2. You can get some vertical kind of hits out of this as well, but we're going to focus for now on deflect, turn over, deflect. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sometimes you see people picking up the legs, moving them out of the way as you deflect. Deflect, low wall, low wall, low wall, low wall. A couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the other side, deflect, deflect, spine, spine. Hit with the spine to knock something off to the one side, knock something out to the other side. So we're coming around one side, other side, deflect, deflect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last 10. Good. Okay. Let's take ourselves through the set to our horizontal spinning technique that we started looking at last week, and then we'll focus in on it for a little while. So we have our opening position. We've got out the side and down. Before we step out, pivot, lift, cut underneath and settle. That's our stomp. We broke the tile in the courtyard. Then we brush, come underneath. So we're transferring. We're getting that nice rest on the arm. Lift up the left leg, step in with the left, cut low horizontal as we step up with the right to our deflection and our first thrust. Cut or deflect high wall, step out low reinforced wall. We roll back with that as we step back with the right. We pick that right up high and we step out with high reinforced wall. Over the head, we're lifting the right leg. Cutting down, we're lifting the left. We circle underneath. Here's that big step through rising diagonal. We pull back, and here's our reinforced diagonal. So we step out, 1, 2, and reinforce. We draw that in, sword comes in, hand comes in. Step out to pressing the palm, sword up high. We're turning in, inside turn left, outside turn right. Sword is covered, sword hand is covered, and we thrust out to the 45. Then we're coming through with the palm strike. We're deflecting, wrapping through palm, brushing and chopping down. Now we deflect over and reinforced low wall to the first of our vertical chops and palm strike. Low wall, stir the pot, brush. This time left hand comes up high as we do our mid thrust. Horizontal rolls us back, and pung presses out. Second turn and chop and step through with palm strike. Again, we create our low wall. We stir the pot, brush and mid thrust. Horizontal pullback, pung presses. Third of the turn, chop and palm strike. One comes through palm. Again, we roll back, stir, brush, and this time we're stepping up to that rising thrust. Good. We're going to go deflect. There's that low wall work we just did. Around and out. Here's the high thrust we were working on in our opening, but we continue it right on through to our transfer. We're going to go kick with shin and step out to palm. Now here's our shoot the tiger section. Roll back, turn in 1, 2, and step around. Sword high, fist low. We make our inside turn with a back fist as we turn. Then we're raising the sword up high and crane. Right hand is on hip. As we step out with the right foot, we settle the sword and we go low sword, high, punch. Now we're rolling back to kick with shin to the 45. So we're going to cross the arms. We're going to lift up. We're going to settle the sword down and kick. Then we're going to bring the sword back. We're going to step out with the left, or with the right, in with the left, back with the right foot. Sword goes over the shoulder, and we come back to our cutting palm press. Weights in the back leg. And that is where we left it off last time we were working together. So let's take some time and really work on that whole turnaround section. So what have we done? We've done our box ears, and we're circulating up, and then we're settling out. So if you've done the Beijing form, if you're doing crane hand in the sword side, it would be the same kind of thing for our kick with shin. So we're going cross, over, out, and as we settle the body, we come through with the leg. So we're getting a nice crane kind of position in there. So let's say we've done our low punch with the sword. We're going to roll back. As we roll back, we're dropping the hands. As we draw in the foot, we're crossing the hands. As we lift up into crane, our hands are kind of at the peak, and then we're settling the sword and kicking the shin. Then what we need to do is we need to bring the sword back. Remember our sort of talk about our sandwiching. So we can bring that back and clear that hand. So our left hand releases, but still is settled on the sword. From here, we're going to think about kind of pressing along a little bit. So much like we do in our openings, we kind of push and close and push against the blade. We have a little bit of that going on in this section as well, where I've gone kick, gather, and I'm going to start out by going turn out with my right. And I'm turning now so the sword edge is facing out. And really here, I'm not doing all that much with the arms. I'm turning the body. As I'm turning the body, I'm getting up into that braced position. As I turn in, I'm going to continue. And it's when I step back that my hand kind of releases the spine of the sword to make the final part of that cut. Then we're going to drop the sword, roof over the head and shoulders, come around. We're going to pick that up like we have been doing on the forearm. So we're getting the bracing kind of push. We're sliding along, and then we're pressing out with that cutting palm. Remember, we're saying is right on the edge of the hand that we press out that cutting palm. Let's do that a couple times facing this direction. So we'll go, we've made our low, high, shoot the tiger. So punch low with the sword, punch high. We're thinking about heading to the 45 here. So I'm kind of squared up on my punch. But as I settle back, I'm opening the arms and the sword. As I draw in the foot, I'm closing. As I lift up over the head, I'm picking up the knee, and then I settle the sword and the palm to kick with shin. Now that sword is away, so I bring it around to get my connection point in the hands. As I step with my heel, I'm pivoting under. I'm pressing against that as I turn out. I'm pressing against it as I turn in. I'm releasing the sword as I step back. I come around and I press through. Now, one of the things we have to watch out for this one is getting too far ahead with the sword. So if we start out kind of cutting and then our feet are catching up, it doesn't quite feel right, and we don't have that idea of our mass pushing in behind the sword. So we really want to take our time. Don't rush the sword like a lot of Tai Chi. Most of it's about changing the footwork and the internals, and the arms and the extremities come last. One more time in this direction. So we've got our high-low punches. We're rolling back, setting up that 45. We drop the sword in the hand. We cross, lift over the head, and kick. Sword comes back, catches up, pivoting under. I'm stepping 1, 2. The sword's almost at the end of my fingers now. As I step back, it releases. I wrap around, over the shoulder, drape, push on the forearm, press out. Okay, let's do that in the other direction. So there's my final shoot the tiger. I'm on the square. I'm going to be heading here to my right for the kick. So I roll back, cross my wrists, pick up and kick. I'm going to draw that sword back in. So here it is. I'm stepping and it's on my forearm. I'm stepping in, I'm bracing. I'm turning, it's sliding along. As I step back, I release the sword and the fingertips. I'm going over the shoulder, around the back. I'm picking up on my forearm, and I'm pressing to the 45. Let's do that again in this direction. So I've got my low punch, high punch, low with the sword, high with the hand. Hands and sword. So the sword's kind of coming around and crossing. So we go open, close, lift, open and kick, gather, sandwich, open the foot, brace, turn in, step back, over the shoulder, pressing out. Last time for today. High, low, roll back, lift, kick, catch, step 1, 2, back and over the shoulder, and 3. Nice, tricky section to make happen, but a beautiful section, nice smooth arc we can try to make with our stepping. And again, let the stepping pattern and the twisting pattern lead the sword, not the other way around. The sword's not going to lead our turn. The step, back. Outside, inside, step back. We got to get that feeling of that footwork. Okay, let's finish up with another round through the set to that piece we were just working on. So, open and settle, stepping out, pivot on the right, lift up the sword, settle back into the right, and stomp. Come forward to pung, roll back, brush the right hip, right hand overhead. Gather up the sword, lift up the left, step, cut low, deflect, brush, thrust, hand and sword in line this time. Good. Roll back and deflect out. Come back, step up high and press, lifting up 1, lifting up 2. We come underneath, diagonal cut, roll through, step, reinforce on that diagonal, come back, press out, behind the back, resting on the shoulder, outside turn, pick up the sword hand, and thrust to the corner. Step out, palm, strike, roll back, deflect, and palm press and hook stance. Brush the leg and chop. Roll back, low wall as we step to the 45. And first of those chops, chop, palm strike. Low wall, stir the pot. Thrust, mid thrust, left hand high this time. Roll back, press out, second of the chops. Turn, chop, step, palm, roll, deflect, brush, and thrust. Draw in, draw back, last one, turn, chop, palm, deflect, brush. This is the one where we step up and we thrust high. Now we low wall deflection, bump with pung, roll back, roll through, and cutting palm. Thrust from underneath, and kick with shin, palm press. Shoot the tiger, turn in, 1, 2, step out, punch high with the sword, low with the hand. Turn, back fist, lift, and punch low with the sword, high with the hand. Here's our new piece. Roll back, open, draw in, close, kick with shin, gather up the sword, transferring the hand, step out, step in, step back, over the shoulder, around the back, and press out. All right, I'll leave it there for today. Next week, we will add a little bit more and get ourselves set up for the next pass down the floor. All right. Thanks for training today. If you got any questions, stick around. Let's talk about those, or give me a text or an email if you're catching it from the archive on YouTube. And we'll talk to you all very soon.